Welcome to Diamond Cast, the official podcast of the band Diamond Black. This week, things get a bit emotional and a bit ridiculous. We've got stories from the Manchester pre-tour warm-up show. A brand new hoodie has dropped in the shop. Expect some pre-tour chaos and a surprisingly deep dive into the meaning of emo. Oh, and we also talk about how the band's been handling World Mental Health Day and some stories on the road of Ben and Vincent going on a romantic dinner date. Let's get into it. Welcome to Diamond Cast. What could I possibly be wearing?
Wow, what's that? It looks amazing.
It's the Dark Anthems hoodie that's just arrived in
hot off the press.
Off the press. Now, before we delve into what we're talking about this week, I just need to show you this, right? This is really right. First of all, I should have thought about that. Move my chair out of the way. Okay, so first of all, we have Dark Anthems written on the sleeve.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very cool.
That's very cool.
Can we get an ooh, please?
Oh, sorry. I'll replace you with the other one.
Okay, well, we have to do that. We have to do it really quickly today because Ben's battery's running out. And the ooh has now been replaced with a battery noise.
That one. So we played a show last night in Manchester, which was fantastic. It was for our friend Benny's wedding party, which was great. Very honoured that we got asked to play. Unfortunately, when we left the venue, I left my Mac charger there, meaning that I currently have, and I only just discovered this, I currently have 61% battery left. So I've got 61. You've got 61% left of me. And then
it's going very quickly, because when we came on this call, it was like 74%. So just to be clear, this is not a normal battery loss. This is battery loss. We're going to have a 20-minute cast. So we have to get everything in 20 minutes, okay? No fanning around.
Right, let's show off the t-shirt. Show off the
okay, so we have a hoodie in a very thick, is it organic cotton?
That's very nice.
It's all cotton, which is good because we like cotton. So we've got Dark Anthems on the sleeve here. You have to say ooh because there's no soundboard today. And we've got a Diamond Black logo on the breast. And we've got runes all up the other sleeve. And there's some extra runes there for the eagle-eyed of you. And last but not least,
Very cool.
I am wearing a large. So for those of you who would like to gauge the size, I am wearing a large. Okay, and IMO. This is a bit small, or what I would consider a large. So I personally will order a 2XL for me. Okay.
2XL.
I will order a 2XL because I like it to be nice and baggy and roomy. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
And I know we go up to 3, don't we? 3XL.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And when are these on sale, Natalie?
Today?
They're on sale now.
Yay! Right
now.
we recommend you getting them before the gig to make sure that you're not disappointed because we will only have limited amounts at the shows. So
they're online on our store
wear
right
them
now.
To the show.
Yeah, get them online on our store right now, and you can wear them to the show. Natalie's demonstrating how nice quality they are.
Yes, and I saw it earlier as well.
Oh yeah, Vincent.
Hey, looks
and
then there's nice like.
All right, Natalie, that's enough. It's enough show and tell. Cool.
Yeah, I saw it earlier. It looks amazing. It feels amazing as well. It's very comfy.
It's very, very comfortable.
Yeah, isn't it? I tried large, but I think I would go with extra large.
All right, cool. So yeah, there'll be loads of sizes available on our.
Cool. So hoodies are out. Yay! So, and it's coming, winter's coming, so that's good. And if you just noticed that, we kind of just inadvertently revealed the artwork, didn't we?
We did.
So we are going to, you'll be able to see that, and it's on the back of this hoodie.
Cool.
So that's great. Yeah, so you guys played a gig in Manchester last night for Benny's wedding. Tell us more about that. How did that go?
It was great. So it was a real honour to get to do it. I've known Benny for a number of years. Benny's someone who's super passionate about music, and we met simply through Benny following bands around, and just came across as a really respectful and kind fan, and just always really supportive and nice. And then we got asked to do this, and it seemed like a great opportunity to do something positive. Plus, an added bonus is that we haven't played together for a while. So given that we have a tour coming up, it seemed quite a good timing that we get together and have a chance to perform leading up to the Birthday Massacre tour. So it was a win on all sorts of levels. And yeah, the show itself was fun. It was in a cool little club in Manchester, and the sound people and everyone were really great. And it was just a really positive experience, a good atmosphere, sort of low pressure in terms of it being a fun celebration rather than it's a really important show, which I think certainly for me made me feel a bit more relaxed of just being there with friends and supportive people who want it to be good, everyone's behind you, everyone's supportive. And yeah, it was a nice little experience. That was my vibe.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was good. For me, it was really good to see very familiar faces, people from Manchester, Germany. Just the usual people in the scene. So that was quite good, surprising as well. I didn't expect to see a lot of people there, so really good.
That's great. What was your kind of favourite part of the show?
Me, my least favorite was the driving.
Favourite. Oh, your least
was the driving.
Vincent drove all the way there and all the way back.
That was my least favorite. Everything else was spot
That's why
on.
we all look a bit knackered now.
Can we get a cheer, please, for Vincent for driving all the way to and from?
About 6 a.m.
Yeah, Vincent, that was absolutely amazing. To drive up to Manchester from London and back and drum was pretty incredible. And I don't think there was much napping going on either. I didn't detect a lot of napping, Vincent.
Didn't have time. Didn't have time, really.
Was very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive. And Vincent and I went for Chinese food. We had a romantic meal together. It was very nice. Good chat, didn't we, Vinny?
And saw them.
Yeah, it's a great evening. Yeah.
Me and Natalie managed to get free pizza and free drinks. That was good.
How did you do that? Something about rolling a six. What was that all about?
Yeah.
Went to this Johnny Cash theme bar.
It's called what's it called?
I don't know, something like
The
Burning
Mean-Eyed
Flame.
Cat. It was called The Mean-Eyed Cat.
Oh, there you go.
And they had a sign on the door that said free pizza from 5 till 9, and we were like, must be a lure or a trap or something. We went in and they were like, no, you order drinks and then you get pizza with a drink. We're like, okay, great. And when we ordered the drinks, they gave us a dice or a die, and they said roll a 6 and you get it for free.
So we did.
You rolled a six?
Yeah,
I
and he
rolled
rolled
a
a
six,
6. So we got free drinks and the free pizza.
You
That's
must have
amazing.
been delighted when that six came up. You couldn't
I
believe.
think my heart went like this. I was like, right, we're going to Vegas. Let's go.
That's
you
so
should have.
good.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was a cool pub as well.
Yeah, it's really cool.
All Johnny
Really cool
Cash
music
themed.
in
It was
there.
wicked.
Nice music. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I had a fun time in Manchester.
Yeah. Yeah, what was your favourite thing about the trip / Manchester? Not the least favourite, but your favourite.
Well, I mean, I really enjoyed playing the show. That was really fun. It was nice to get back into it. We haven't played a gig in like a year because we've been focusing on
Has it
doing
been a
all
year?
our. Oh yeah, because we've been
course,
doing
you're
our
making the
recording with
Yeah, it's a
albums.
year.
So we've recorded a load of stuff. We haven't played together for like a year, so it was nice to get our foot back in. It was nice to hang out with the boys. We did some fun photos around Manchester.
Yeah, I'm going to post those. They look really fun. They look really cool. I think Vincent, you posted one today as well, so that's good. Can you tell everybody if any of this is good for your mental health? Because it is World Mental Health Day today, and I have to get that in there because of the message of
Oh
all
yeah,
your
because we
music.
recorded this on Friday, so it comes out on Sunday.
Yeah. So happy World Mental Health Day, everybody. I hope that you are taking it easy this weekend and doing something good for good mental health. So I just wondered how you guys have could relate to World Mental Health Day for having played together after such a long time.
Well, I think an important part of the gig was that it can be quite when you work on the level that we've been working on in terms of. Sorry, there's like a massive boat
there's some
outside.
crazy noise going on in the background. It's a boat.
Yeah,
I was wondering what that was.
The Titanic is just there. Let me start again. So one of the things about playing live is, certainly for me, is on the one hand, I can get really stressed about the technical side. Is everything going to go right? Is something going to go wrong? And I often feel very, very anxious about that. But when we started playing and we started to get into the set, I thought, look, this is what it is, okay? It's not perfect in terms of the setup on stage and everything, but what can I enjoy from this? What can I get out of this? And I started to really try by the second song to think, okay, this is a great chance for me to enjoy the emotion of these songs and what they're expressing and what they mean, and to be with my band again and to be together and be as a unit and just be doing something creative and meaningful. It's also a good chance to get back into singing technique and playing and focusing on, okay, so I can't make this show perfect, but I can do my best. And those little challenges and finding those positive routes through were very different from the way that I used to do things. If from the start of the show, if it feels bad, that's it. I write it off mentally. I'm like, this is going to be bad now. I'm going to have a bad time. And instead going, actually, no, what can I get out of this? And there's a lot of positive things, and there were. So by the end, I look back and thought, what a great experience that was. Whereas at the starting point, I'd fallen back into an old habit of, I can't hear myself properly. It's going to be bad. And I'm already writing it off. So that was quite a good step forward, I think.
What I'm doing for Mental Health Week is doing this podcast, because I've actually thought it's been really helpful to people. And we did an interview with a girl called Cheryl this week from Bubba Rocks, which I think should be coming out very soon after this airs. And she was saying how much she enjoyed the podcast, and like some of the people she talks to get a lot of good information from it. And I realised how much this helps us. You know, our bits of silly advice actually do help people. So I think just doing this podcast is very helpful for. My contribution to World Mental Health Week is
and I appreciate that you've set it up and that you edit it and that all the work you've done to actually make this work as it does, like without the technology of ensuring that we can do it like this with no latency and all those kind of things has been really, really, really positive. And yeah, that interview that we did with Cheryl was really, really good, I think, for all of us, because it was someone who's literally found the band through an organic, she likes music, and then we came up. And
the Spotify algorithm actually worked.
Yeah, rather than it being like, oh, she's someone that one of us knows through something else, and it's sort of being like, this is a genuine lover of music who has got something from us. And she was the one who was bringing up how good the podcast is, how good the lyrics are, how cool it is that you guys do this and that. And it was really nice to get that validation from someone completely objective who is clearly she's got a fantastic following and on her show, and is someone who really loves and understands music. So yeah, that was a really good experience.
I'm not sure what day the interview comes out, but I'll put a link in this description.
I think she said it might actually come out Sunday, which is
same as the podcast.
Same day.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put a link in the description if anyone wants to watch it.
It's cool. Yeah, it should be really good. I haven't actually seen it. I just sort of was in the next room when it was going on, so I'm looking forward to watching that as well. It's interesting, Adam, your point about what you're doing for World Mental Health Day is not actually something for yourself, but it's actually thinking about what you can do to help others.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that you can do around, to make people's days a bit better around you or in the world and things like that. So, yeah, very good.
Thanks.
And also, interestingly, this is kind of like what we're talking about the other day. Going back to the gig about not being perfect. You remember that we were talking about sometimes things can go wrong and you just have to carry on. It's just kind of like reminded me of the couple of days when we're talking about it.
Yeah, man. It was a nice first time we played for a while, so it's fun. And I think the gig was really good.
Yeah, that was really.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, what was nice was that when the last song came up, and I specifically dedicated it to Benny, whose wedding it was, I could see that he had tears in his eyes.
He did. It was so sweet.
Did he? Nice.
And he said to me later, he's like, I couldn't believe that it all happened, that you guys were there on stage and it was playing and you were playing and the song, dedicated the song, because Benny said that was a song that they really liked. And yeah, that's, I think sometimes as a musician, you get caught up in too much of like, oh, I did this wrong and that wasn't right. And in fact, what the show is successful if you're having an emotional impact on people and they're getting something from it. and they won't see all the little technical things that you see as being wrong or whatever.
And you did. I mean, they loved it. And afterwards, I had my little fly on the wall out, and I spoke to them and I said, "Give us a few words. What do you think?" So I've got like a reaction from them as well, which is quite sweet. So I'll get that together, send it to them, and nice. But it was very nice.
Oh, what was a really nice touch was that you guys got the Polaroid camera out and took a picture of the happy couple with the guys. Happy trio.
The happy trio.
Yeah.
And then that's a physical, tangible thing that they can keep forever, a one-off, which is really special.
I can tell he was genuinely happy about the whole thing. I think, in a way, maybe disbelief that it all happened. You know, we got all the 4 bands together, and then it was a successful event.
Yeah,
he was happy.
Yeah, because they put on a gig for their wedding, right? So if planning a wedding isn't stressful enough, also promoting a gig at the same time.
Yeah, incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good. So did I hear you saying at some point yesterday, you were talking about your relationship together and your playing together again, and your time that you spend together is kind of an evolving process, and that your upcoming album is kind of like it couldn't have happened if you hadn't spent so much time together and like learning about each other and having your relationship with each other. And did I hear you say that yesterday? And then maybe you could touch on that and the difference between the EP that's coming out now, which is like a different era of Diamond Black, and then what the new era will be based on all the time you spend together.
Yeah, I think a lot of the EP songs were written in a different way from the way that the album's been written. And it was sort of spanned across quite a long period of time, the writing of the EP songs, whereas the album songs is much more of a condensed, concentrated, focused period of time of essentially the last 12 months. Yeah. And that has been informed directly by us being on the road together at the start of 2024 and understanding each other more as musicians, so that when it comes to actually then writing the album in 24 through to 25, it was informed by understanding each other a bit more musically. And I remember one of the things that you said, Adam, was like, "Oh no, I'm writing all these really complicated bass lines, and now when I play live, I'm going to have to like just concentrate more and not just like thrash about."
Yeah, as you play them.
Yeah, and using those kind of thought mentalities to go into the working of the album. And so it feels a lot more about this band at this time, 24 to 25, and when we were writing it, I think we were able to think a lot more about, I understand the other musicians better now. What would they do here? What kind of vocal style could Adam do on this part? What kind of drum feel could Vinny do here? Because we understand each other better as musicians, and that informed the writing process more.
Yeah, also I think I don't want to put down the EPs, it's amazing. But on the album that we've got hopefully next year, the production style is Yanni really wanted to capture the essence of us as live as performers. So it's very much a sound of a band playing as well. I was just listening to it again today. You can hear all the different parts very separated. It sounds like a live band. Whereas the EP obviously sounds like a band too, but it's very fucking massive. So we've got a bit of a different sound, but they're both different eras, and they sort of represent how we've grown.
I think where we are at the moment with the mix of the album, which still isn't finished, it has more little focus points of here's a Vincent bit, here's an Adam bit, here's a Ben bit. Things that literally pulled out and automated, a cool fill here, a line there. Whereas the EP stuff is a bit more kind of compressed, just like, hey, here's a song.
Banging songs.
Yeah, banging songs. Absolutely. I'm super excited about the EP, and I'm really proud of it. It's just this new album approach, I think, brings out these 3 people a bit more.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of, for me, it was a little bit of like experimental, especially when Yanni kind of like challenged us to play this or try to do something like this, compared to the EP. And this one's got a lot of different sections with experimental bits, and
Yeah, I mean, Vincent, you've got things like octobans and wind chimes and things like that. Whereas on the EP, it was more just like, let's do a great drum track. Can you explain to me and to the people back home what octobans are? Because I don't still really know.
But then I felt silly asking because I thought maybe everyone knows and I just don't. But thanks.
Vincent, what are octobans?
Oh, octobans. Octobans is basically a piece of drum that's normally in 6-inch or 8-inch in diameter. So it's quite small. So imagine the circle of the drum. So a snare drum is like a 14-inch, toms 10, 12, 14, and so on. So octoban is kind of small, 6-inch or 8-inch, and then it's quite long as well. Very deep. Normally, maybe 14 to 16 inches, and it produces a very high pitched sound. So imagine a tom, but octoban will go like really, really high pitch. It was popularized back in the 80s and 90s by bands like Rush, Dream Theater. At that time, there was also called rototoms, but it produces kind of similar sound, but they're completely different
I didn't
sign.
know that was a thing. I thought that was the synth. I didn't realize that was an actual instrument.
Yeah, that was an instrument. Yeah, and then actually they program it to other electronic synthesizers and keyboards back in the 80s as well. But it is a drum.
I just looked at a picture of one. Sorry, it actually looks really cool. Can you get a picture of one on here?
Yes, show the photo. Show a photo.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put a photo on.
So how did you get the idea to use those, Vincent?
Well, because I've had that for many years now. When I joined Pendragon, because they had it's a progressive band, so they had octobans back then. So yeah, I bought this. I bought the octobans years ago, and then sometimes I use it in live, sometimes I don't. But I feel like on this album, it was the right time to use it, and not on every song, but it's just maybe a few selection of songs.
I'm going to look out for them when I listen to it next.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I really enjoyed adding that, playing that one of the songs, and incorporating it with an actual groove and beat, and make it part of the drums.
Well, it was actually, Nat, it's used on the song which may end up being the first song of the album. We wanted to have kind of a drum intro to the album. And so it was a chance to give Vinny kind of carte blanche to go, make this about the drums, make this a part where you are showcasing your creativity. And for this big opening of what could be, the first song on the record. And it would seem like the perfect place for you to include those in that piece, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was describing, I was actually talking about a different song. Now I realized, I played that in that song as well. Absolutely, yeah.
Ben, how's your battery?
Oh, yeah. Battery check. 25%.
Oh, cool. Wait,
Charge
I can
battery.
use my sound effect.
That was really only 25%. That was really quick from 61.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I guess running camera software or whatever must be quite draining.
And being on a call at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, it's all right. Like, with 25%, okay, we can do this.
And we can always go on without me. Carry on without me. If you have to.
You could just join on your phone like Vincent. Next up, so I was going to ask Ben to talk about, you've got some collaboration projects going on next week, right?
Yeah, so I'm doing a one-off single with an artist called Anne Bennett, who's kind of a kind of gothy sound and like synth wave sort of artist. And we've done a collaboration, and it's kind of an interesting combination of that style that she has with more of the kind of rocky style that I have, amalgamated into one quite kind of gothy, rocky number. And it also feats Matt McJunkins who's played for Perfect Circle, and also Jeff, who's played for Devo and Eagles of Death Metal on bass. So it's kind of cool.
Super group.
Yeah, and it was super exciting because they were sending me some videos of them recording the drums in LA, and this is insane. So yeah, it's a cool combination, and it's coming out on Wednesday the 16th. So there's lots of exciting, spooky new music for everybody this month. What with our EP coming on the 22nd of October the following week. So yeah, it's pretty busy, and I think fans of Diamond Black will dig it, definitely.
Dig it. That's awesome.
Dig it. Very good.
We've got a lot coming up, guys.
Yeah.
October's such a good month for like releases of music. I think we've had so many good things. Like there's, well, I'm really obsessed with the new AFI record. That came out on the 3rd. Then Ultra Sun dropped a record on the 3rd, and then on the 31st, Creeper have got a new record out. I'm like, this is great. Everyone is like in the same sort of vein. I hope everyone who's like this.
Obviously,
like,
Diamond Black's the most important. But, you know.
Diamond Black's the most important, yeah. But I mean, like, there's a lot of good music coming out this month. So anyone who says music used to be better in the past, not this month.
Yeah, not if you follow this podcast.
So what do you like about the new AFI? What do you think about it, Anne? What do you think about the new AFI, Natalie?
I like I like how it's kind of, it's sort of old gothy a little bit, and then it's got like more melodic, larger hooks in it that are slightly euphoric, which is kind of what I live for. It's euphoric music that takes you up and lets you fly.
Nice.
So I kind of really like that. AFI. And I really like how sort of there's a lot of nod to like music from the 80s in it, which obviously is another one of my favorite things. I know you've got a specific view about it, Ben.
Well, I thought it was like really bizarre because imagine it's divided into side 1 and side 2 because it's 10 tracks. It felt to me like the first 5 songs had this kind of really weird, unique new, almost like Spanish Latin tinted goth movie thing going on. And then the second half was much more post-punk, electro, cold wave, 80s keyboard kind of sound. Cold wave, synthwave kind of sound. And yeah, both very different sort of sounds, but it still works within one comprehensive piece of album. And I just think it's so different from where they were, you know, in the late 90s that I wonder if it's a band whereby they now have a completely different fan base than they had back then.
I've got a question for you. How many different eras of AFI do you think there are now?
More than Taylor Swift.
Let me just quickly think. One,
so like the first two albums are completely different to Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes.
Yeah, so I reckon it's the first 2 records are like era 1.
Yeah.
And then era 2 is Shut Your Mouth, Black Cells, and Art of Drowning. And then the next era is...
You wouldn't put Sing the Sorrow in that as well?
No, I think Sing the Sorrow starts to open things out and be a bit more rock, like December Underground.
Yeah.
And that's a different era.
Oh, I put... my thing would be December Underground changes.
So you think December Underground is then a new era, sort of into Crash Love and stuff?
Yeah, I think so. So I think it's a bit more like poppy, synthy.
You could be right. You could be right.
Do you think?
It's quite a good debate. We can figure it out.
Right, December Underground is 2006, right?
Yeah.
Right. Do you think that like a lot of artists kind of entered a new era in around 2005/6? Given like what maybe six onwards, a lot of artists do the same thing, like Muse with Black Holes and Revelations.
Yeah, that's true.
Michael McCory Mance, The Black Parade, and this is 07. No, it's 06.
Is that 06? Wow.
Is it 06?
It feels like 06.
I think it's 06 because I was in Art Foundation at the time, and I remember me and my friend listening to it in his car, and we refused to get out of the car till the album stopped. It was so good.
Well, we were having a discussion yesterday about there being no emo if it wasn't for AFI.
Yeah, well, that was we were wondering that, weren't we? Like, would emo exist if it wasn't for AFI?
AFI are like the granddaddies of emo, for sure.
The granddaddies. Well, I mean,
like
because they were
controversials.
doing it.
Well,
They were doing
when
it a lot before.
So
I guess
Amy
all the
World
ones
as
in the mid 2000s, weren't they?
there is debate about this. I've heard that some people think that the first emo band is Thursday. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. When they did an album called Full Collapse in like 2001, and it's that proper combination of melodic singing with then really abrasive, like angry but fucking like really emotional screaming, not like heavy screaming.
I think Jimmy emotional screaming. That as well.
Yeah. And so that kind of emotional screaming that's almost like breaking up, fragility, vulnerable screaming, I think is more emo than like angry machine head screaming.
Yeah.
Then there's people think that in the 90s there was actually a whole bunch of what do they call it, like post-hardcore stuff that is almost like a mixture of kind of grunge but hardcore. Bands like there's a band called Handsome, not Hanson, Handsome. They came out in '96.
It's a Hanson.
Yeah, not Hanson, Handsome. They came out in '96. I think had members of Helmet and Tool and stuff.
That word always makes us laugh. So we're children.
This is a serious podcast.
Where do you think like Refused fit into this?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Late '90s.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely part of it.
Yeah.
But you can tell when emo started to become oversaturated was maybe like 2003, 4 when everybody was doing it. Everybody had the angry verse and the singy chorus. Everybody started having two singers, which became a thing as well. But I think the roots of emo probably come from grunge, because it went from being like 80s hard rock, which is quite sort of straightforward, to then something much more vulnerable and fragile in the early 90s with grunge. And then when that had sort of higher production value and more riffs, it became something a bit more emo-ish.
I guess there's two different types of emo. You can think like the Jimmy Eat World or Thursday kind, and then there's the My Chemical Romance kind of, which is more goth, goth punk, which is the AFI kind of side of things.
Yeah.
What about the poppier side, which is like Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy?
Yeah, I guess Panic at the Disco more on like the AFI side. I say Fall Out Boy more on the Jimmy Eat World side. So I
suppose so.
Yeah, both. Depends how much eyeliner you wear.
What about Bring Me the Horizon? Is that emo?
Ah, shit. No, I don't know. I don't think. Well, maybe they will. I don't know. Probably not.
I think they sort of took it a bit.
They're more new rock.
Yeah, well,
yeah, they sort of took it out of emo. Like I'm trying to work out where this kind of this like almost lust for emotional like this angsty music came from.
Yeah.
Like where did that come out of? When we had a lot of like pop punk, we had a lot of punk, we had a lot of kind of goth in the 90s, and then it sort of evolved out into, you said grunge, Ben, like but grunge wasn't about kind of being sad, but then where did that come from, and like how do you think it evolved?
There were a lot of other angsty bands around at the time, even like Muse and Placebo were quite angsty around the same era. So I guess it's all a mixture.
Yeah, so the first Placebo album was 96. So that's, you could say there's some emo elements in that. Yeah. And I'd say there are some emo elements in grunge, because it's about that sort of vulnerability and about that kind of despair that comes through in a number of grunge works. And the punk element, so you think Offspring, you think the classic, what's the album with Self-Esteem and everything? That's, what's that album called?
Damn, my brain's blanking.
We've got it.
It's not Ignition, is it? That's a different one. So that third Offspring album. I know, right? Smash!
Smash, bosh.
Yeah. So the third, that like Self-Esteem, and there's some other bits on that I guess are a bit emo-y, but they're a bit almost like cartoon punk emo.
Yeah, Self-Esteem is. Well, I mean, AFI were signed to Dexter Holland's label, because I first saw them when they were supporting the Offspring. So they're obviously crossover. I think Offspring covered Total Immortal by AFI.
And Dexter's actually on Black Sails on the Sunset.
Yeah,
he's on
true,
the prayer position.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's definitely a link there. Little battery update. I'm on 7%.
7.
Yeah, well.
Okay, cool. So should we wrap this week's up then?
Yeah, but that's pretty good. What did we do? We did 42 minutes, so
good,
that's not
good.
bad.
Oh, well done. That's impressive. Congratulations.
Get a new charger, Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, aren't I?
Has anything else caught your eye this week, or that is happening next week? Because we've got a big packed schedule of stuff that we're doing.
Well, next week we are promoting our tour, promoting
the tour, promoting
sending out stuff. The EPs I've ordered and they should arrive, so there's some physical.
Oh, so next week we can show what the actual EP, like physical copy. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
you also, how many, is it 4 of the 6 dates with the Birthday Massacre have been sold out now?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
That's crazy.
Cardiff and as of today, I mean, by Sunday it might be different, but Cardiff and Edinburgh still have tickets left.
Oh, and
far
a
as I
London
know.
show. We got a London show as well.
So you've got a London show. Last
Yes.
but not least, spend 7%. Let's go. London show.
Yeah, London show on the 7th of November. Like, we haven't finalised the whole lineup yet, but that's happening, and the details should be on the website by now. So, there you go. By Sunday, this should
Very
be.
cool.
So, yeah, online now. Get yourself a hoodie. Get it in time for the tour.
Get yourself a hoodie to
Represent.
avoid disappointment at the show. 100% do that. And also then you can wear it at the show, like me. And we can all be twinsies, and it'll be.
Yeah, people have been asking for a hoodie for a long time, and I think this one's really cool. We've gone like full on the printing. So.
It's kind of the best it could have been. I don't see how it could be better.
Well, maybe for the people who don't like zips, it could have not had a zip, but we can.
Yeah,
work
but
on-
zips are the
It
best.
doesn't like a zip.
Well, I didn't like the zip, but when I saw it earlier, it looks
But
amazing.
we've turned him,
Trust
we've
me.
turned him.
Take my word for it. It looks great, honestly.
Oh wow, it's turned a non-zip person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it can do that. Then it can do it for you too.
Okay, guys.
You too could become a zip lover.
Become a zip lover like Vincent has today.
I didn't even notice it. I just looked at the sign. Oh, okay, that's right. I didn't even notice the zip.
Very nice. Thank you for being a model, Natalie.
Fantastic.
I
All right,
should just be
guys.
spinning my chair around like this. So
Should we see everyone next week?
Yeah, man.
Right. Bye,
Nice
everyone.
one, guys.
Give us
See
a
you later.
like and a subscribe,
Bye.
and let us know what you think about emo in the comments. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching that episode of Diamond Cast. We hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a comment and tell us a little bit, weigh in on the emo debate. When do you think it started? How do you think it started? And don't forget to buy a hoodie, because the hoodies are out now. And I'm so excited. And we'll see you all next week. Thanks very much.